You are listening to Crown Royal Conversations with Andy May. This is for the grown folks only. What you sipping on? Good evening. You are listening to Crown Royal Conversations with Andy May. Today's topic is head game. This is going to be also a special edition show called Tequila Nights. So what I'm sipping on tonight is some tequila called Exotico Blanco.
Woo! I ain't sipping on that.
And Drezey sipping on some French vanilla Ciroc.
Yes, indeedy.
So it's going to be a white liquor night.
Indeed it's going to be. Go ahead. Let's get started into this topic now.
So today's topic again is head game. I'm discussing fellatio in cunnilingus, which is very hard to pronounce. So I will go ahead and dive into the topic. Cunnilingus is an oral sex act performed by a person on a female's genitalia. That's what that is by definition. There are other names regarding this as well. It can be called different things. It is also called muffin diving. It's also called carpet licking, I guess because of the hair, I'm assuming. Going down, the common thing is eating pussy, if you want to get really raw with that. Most women, of course, enjoy it. Some women don't. This has been going on for a long time in history. It is frowned by some countries, but the few that have accepted it was China. They felt like it increased their lifespan, the juices, and also French. The juices that came out of the woman's vagina. That was considered, it made their lifespan longer. That's for man and female, so that was both. Also in France, they had portraits that people painted at functions and parties where men would openly give women oral cunnilingus.
It's gonna be a long night.
Cunnilingus. I haven't found a different word for this. But like I said, it was viewed in some cultures as not a good thing because it did not create a child. So I guess if it wasn't about reproduction for the women, hey, shouldn't be done. In some African countries, they also thought they frowned upon it, oral sex period. And in Alaska, Eskimos don't really entertain this idea
too cold
either. I don't think so. Oh, another word for it is tipping the velvet. I haven't heard of that one yet. That's new. Any words that you know of, slang words for cunnilingus?
Snatch.
Mm-hmm.
Carpet munching. Lint licking.
I guess we're some hairy little women out here.
I'm just saying. Let's see. Panty hamsters. I don't know.
Oh wow.
Twat.
That's new
Twat.
to me.
Hoo-hoo.
Well,
hoo-hoo.
For oral sex, cunnilingus.
Mossy cliff.
Wow.
I'm just saying these are slang words.
Okay, well those are new to me. There are some myths that I want to kind of review with the ladies and the men if you're listening. The myth is you don't have to drink or eat certain diet for your vagina to smell different. There's this thing about women and men have this idea that vaginas don't smell good. If you're with a woman, men, little hint, and they smell like perfume, they're trying to cover something up.
Oh Lord.
Women have a natural odor, but if it's like where you feeling like you're going to like a spoiled, rotten fish market, that's not good. So, don't let that detour you. You should have a kind of a clean smell, sort of, kind of. Women, men are not going to look at your little vagina little or big, whatever size may be, and compare it to another woman's vagina. So if you feel self-conscious about that, that's a myth. I don't think... Do you compare vagina appearances, Dre?
I mean, in terms of the appearance, and hell no.
You know, I don't think men really
no.
care about that.
As long as it smells good.
You can actually, for the sexual transmitted disease, that can happen through oral sex. It doesn't eliminate that. Also, ladies, if your partner has a sore on their mouth, they can give you what they call herpes. Okay, so let's not do that. All right. Okay, no, watch what they're doing down there. Okay, have someone with a clean mouth. All right, so that's some history with cunnilingus, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
If not, y'all
so
get back
I
with
just
her.
want to give you some fun facts on that. Just some fun facts. Also, women, men, I should say, women enjoy this just as much as you guys. Okay, so a lot of men, from what I've heard, amongst my female friends, is that I shouldn't say black men, but African American men don't do this.
Don't do what? Eat punani?
Eat punani.
Shit,
Exactly.
Shit.
That's a myth, guys. That's a myth. If they want it done to them, they should do it to you. Just FYI on that. Men, it's very important for women to receive, what'd you call it?
Head.
No, you said something else.
Fellatio.
No, for a woman.
Oh, for a woman?
You just said something. Well, anyways, men, this is important for women.
Eating squirrel.
It's not eating squirrel. That's gross.
I mean, that's what they call it. Hey,
I didn't know that.
100 different slang phases for going down on a woman. Eating squirrel is one of them.
Well, anyways, it's very important. When we come back, we're going to talk about men, some tips for you guys to make your woman feel extra special in that department. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy this show. It's going to be a fun show. Once again, I'm drinking some tequila. A show special called Tequila Nights. So what you sipping on? All right, we are back. The topic of discussion for today's head game. Once again, Tequila Night Special. I'm sipping on some Exotico Blanco. Just want to get back into the subject of some tips for the men or the ladies. We don't judge. The tips are, if men, you have to make sure your hands are washed, because sometimes women do like not only oral stimulation, but with your tongue, but also with your fingers. So, make sure your nails are clipped. You don't want to get cut down there with sharp nails.
Damn, I'm looking at my hands and shit.
So make sure they're nice and trimmed. If you have an issue with a man fears that, there could be an odor issue, then take a shower, whatever, get fresh, take it slow. Men, vaginas are the clitoris is very sensitive. So you want to just go in, just all out. You want to ease into it, I'm
going in hot. I'm messing with you.
Pace yourself. Pace yourself. Let the woman kind of dictate what she likes and does not like, especially if the first time doing this or doing this with this particular female. Also, I know some men or women they like to have their clitoris sucked as well. Make sure you're not doing it too hard, because that can be very, very hurtful to you. It can be painful. And so let the woman give you cues on what she likes and what she does not like. Also, keep in mind that, we like to be touched other places, not just our vagina, our cunnilingus. Well, that's not really the term for it, is it? Anyways, you can touch other parts of our body as well. And you don't want to be over eager. You don't want to go in and you're all over the place, Not necessary. Keep it very simple. Very simple, very clean. Very sensual. Don't go in there biting and clawing. and trying to fist it and all that. It's just too
Damn.
much. I'm saying, don't go, well,
Fisting.
yeah, don't go in too much. This is could be a foreplay type situation. So just keep it light, and I think most women would appreciate that. Any tips for them? Well, I don't want to put your business on the street, Andre, but do you have any tips for the men?
If it smells like fish, make a wish. I don't know. Shoot, nah.
If it smells like fish, make a wish.
Nah. Usually when you're going downstairs for breakfast,
Lunch or dinner?
well, breakfast. Anyway, if you just make sure that it's more about stimulation for her than it is about you. I know a lot of guys get a kick out of it too, but your main pleasure is to please her. So when you're down there, think about the scenario, and hopefully along the line you will come up with innovative ideas on ways to stimulate her and or him, whatever the case may be, to the point where at least some point or another you will have a good time. I'm not really super deep into all of that. I mean, I do it. I'm not going to sit back and say I don't do it.
You have a person that admits it. Clap, clap.
I go down to I call it husband supper. You know what I'm saying? Or kissing between the hips, or kissing a Wookiee, or
You have your own terms for it, I see.
giving face, or fence painting.
And men, don't be afraid of the vagina.
Going south. That's it. Going south. You can call it going south.
Yeah.
Lip service.
Those
Lip
are more
service.
names.
Hey, that's actually a show title for Angela Yee's show. She got a show called Lip Service. So now I know what that means. Hey, I learned something new today.
So, men, if you expect your female to perform, as they call it, fellatio on you,
Low-calorie snacking.
then it is fair that you perform cunnilingus on her. Okay?
Give her, they call it dang, I don't even know what it,
Cunnilingus.
cunnilingus, but we got to get a different name for that. Muff diving.
I don't like that.
Low
Muffin diving. Muffin diving.
How about
I'll give her some head.
How
The
about
pussy.
low-calorie snacking?
Okay. But like I said, women, don't be afraid to ask your man to say, hey, I need you down there. And kind of encourage him or push him down in that direction. Okay? So the next thing we're going to talk about is fellatio, which is
Oh, yeah.
where a person, or female or male, is arousing a male's genitalia area. It is also known as BJ, giving head, blowjob,
Slob on the knob.
slob on the knob. There are so many names for this act, but we're going to call it fellatio.
Handling the wood.
Also, a different name I did not know was called teabagging.
Oh, shit. Teabagging is not...
So-
No. I don't know if teabagging is
It
really
says
considered sucking
it's
the
teabagging. That's what it
teabagging
says.
is
Research
a sack.
says
I think
teabagging.
teabagging is a sack. Teabagging is nuts.
Well, I just what they have said. Now, this has also been historically found in history. And most history states about men performing the act on other men, but they were considered gay. A lot of Roman men did this as a way of making someone submit to them. So that's different. Also, the countries that did not particularly care for this was, once again, the Eskimos. That's why they do Eskimo kisses with their noses. They're not into the oral things, even kissing. What else? And African countries weren't into that. So, I mean, that's why people feel like African Americans don't really engage in this type of sexual activity, but we actually do. Just FYI on that. Also, once again, in China, it was all like they feel with the females, they feel like semen or their fluids could increase someone's lifespan. Okay. Some religious cultures did not find this to be a good thing because it was like masturbating or spilling your seed or wasting your seed on, I guess because it didn't involve reproduction. So same thing as for females. Okay. Also in ancient Peru, they worshiped this sexual acts. They had statutes with, I guess, women performing fellatio on their men or their ceramic or their little statues. Also in India, Kama Sutra was a big thing in India, not China. China is Taoism. Need to make that correction. Where they talk about this in detail. So it's very big in India. Fellatio is. Also, a fun fact is that there's animals that also do this to other animals, which that was new to me. I didn't think the animal world was involved in oral sex at all, but they are. So, fun fact. So, our next segment, we will talk about some tips for the women and some myths out there. Once again, I'm sipping on some tequila. What you sipping on? All right. You listen to special Tequila Nights with the Crown Royal Conversation with Annie Mae. We're going to jump right back into it. This is a hot topic. There's some myths, ladies. I know a lot of ladies don't do this. The myths are they're not going to pee in your mouth unless that's what they want to do.
That's nasty.
Okay, they're not going to pee in your mouth. That's a myth. You're not, shouldn't say it that way, but you don't have to put the whole thing in your mouth. Okay, that's also a myth. Guys, come on, be realistic with your expectations. It is a mouth, not a vagina. Okay?
They be trying to swallow.
Also, you still can get an STD from giving a man head. Okay, so that's a myth. People think you can't get an STD. You can. Spitting is safer than swallowing. That's a myth. Another myth is it's all about his penis. He also has, they call testicles or balls. Men also like to have his balls licked as well. So it's not just about his penis. Another myth is all guys do not want to come into your mouth. So I know that's a deterrent for a lot of women, that sometimes the male semen can taste bitter. And men, your diet can play a role in this. So if you eat fruits and things of that nature, your semen can taste more pleasant. The myth is you're going to injure his penis. I think you can injure his penis, actually, if you don't know what you're doing. I think you can injure it. So just be careful on that, okay? Some more tips, I guess, I want to give the females, because I do perform fellatio.
Thank you.
Yay. And, ladies, is not, like I said, try, because a lot of men out there, if you're not doing, I shouldn't say, but I'm going to go ahead and say it for the grown folks only. If you're not doing it to your man, someone else is. Honestly, this is very important for men. Men love fellatio. Okay? Something about it. It's like women, we like it. Men
it gets us aroused.
Love it. Okay?
It gets us aroused. And I don't think it's just for men to women. It's the same way for men to men or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's what it is. I mean, we're talking to grown folks, so. If
your man has a sensitive head, that's easier than, from just speaking from experience and talking to other women, that if your man does not have a sensitive head and more of a sensitive shaft, a little harder. You got to work a little bit more. And you can use your hands, okay? So you don't have to just use your mouth only. You can use your tongue, your mouth, your lips, your hands. The little porn that you see with the ladies gagging and throwing up on it, that's not sexy at all. That's not real, okay?
That's not sexy.
So
that ain't hot.
Make sure your mouth is hot. Make sure you got some water beside your bed. If you're not going to do it with a good heart, don't halfway suck somebody's penis or somebody's dick. No one wants, you don't want somebody halfway doing it to you. Head. Don't halfway do somebody else. That's the worst thing if you're going to barely into it. You know, don't do it at all.
Last thing you want is some sloppy ass skull, I swear.
Is there such thing as bad head?
Hell yeah.
Okay. That was a myth that they say there's no such thing as bad head. I think there is.
Brothers, speak up. No such thing as bad head. It really is.
And, you know, men, if you're with a female that, you know, is all you and, you know, just guide them and let them know how important it is for you. But if you're not going to do it to them, then don't expect them to do it to you.
Amen.
So just keep up that expectation. Also, ladies, you know, men, keep yourself clean too. We don't want smelly balls. We don't want to smell the sweaty balls. Okay. And you have to keep yourself trimmed as well. Ladies, we want to get ourselves trimmed because hair does trap an odor. So therefore, men, same thing for you guys. Keep it trimmed. If you want to lick your balls, we don't want to get a mouthful of long hair.
Amen to that.
Okay.
Amen to
so
that.
Once again, it is very important in relationships on both ends. Women, once again, you can lick up another shaft. You can do lots of things. If you just don't feel comfortable taking it all in your mouth, you can at least try to do something. Okay. Something is better than nothing. But if you're just going to like not take it seriously and halfway do it, then
let off.
Don't do it at all.
I don't want no sloppy skull, I swear.
But again, men, you know, if they're trying, don't try to push your penis into their throat. You don't have to deep throat. Deep throat is not a requirement.
Not for everybody. I mean, some people might like that. Huh? I mean, some people really might like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but if your woman is not comfortable with that, then, you know, we shouldn't force that. It should be a good experience for everybody. Okay? So it shouldn't be one-sided. And a lot of women don't do it because they don't want, you know.
Well, there is a simple solution to that. 69.
Well,
if someone don't want to get that 69, guess what?
Everybody can't do
that. Someone owe you one, and it ain't gonna be nice.
Position because of some people might be too big, or I don't know. But like I said, women, I think it is as far as spitting or swallowing, it's messy. So to be spitting it out, to me, just
better off swallowing.
Just swallow it and let it
gurgle.
Get you some vodka beside the bed, or some, as I have my Crown Royal. Swish it down with some Crown Royal, whatever you want to do. Okay. But once again, this is very important in a relationship as well for both parties. Okay. Have you ever received bad head before, Dre? What is considered bad head for men?
Sloppy choppy. Yes, I have had some bad head. I know it's going to be crazy. I mean, we got one more segment we can get into. So, I mean, it's going to be one of them situations. But I have had some sloppy choppy. And I'm talking about some real bad ooh-wee. And it's kind of embarrassing. But, I mean, it's one of those situations where grin and bear it. I mean.
Well, I don't think you should grin and bear anything if it's causing discomfort.
I mean, it wasn't causing discomfort. It was just horrible. Sloppy, I mean.
And also
making
women,
a mess and shit.
From my conversations with, from my experience with conversations with men, they like a lot of saliva. I'm not a fan of it, but men do like it. But like I said, if you are going to go give your man or perform fellatio on your man, you want to enjoy it.
This is grown and sexy. When you talking about giving head, sucking some penis, some down low, down under, whatever you want to call it.
Fellatio is the correct terminology for it. Just give everybody correct. Fellatio is the correct terminology. So we're going to come back and do our last segment about it. We're going to talk about the importance of it in a relationship. All right? So what you sipping on? Well, good evening. You're listening to Crown Royal Conversations with Annie Mae. You have a tequila night special with the topic of head game extended show today. We're talking about the importance of cunnilingus and fellatio in a relationship. So let's call it oral sex. That's what we're talking about. Niecy Nash says that the quote is, I just want to quote her. She says that you should perform oral sex daily to keep your marriage alive. Okay. And a lot of men
sounds good to me.
Have known to cheat on their ladies because of they don't perform oral sex. And from personal experience, I have turned down relationships based on someone not wanting to perform oral sex, even though they wanted it themselves. They did not want to give it, but wanted to receive it. That's one of my requirements, honestly. So it's very important. A lot of females give it to their man as a birthday gift or a Christmas present. You know, it's part of the whole thing. Okay. So it shouldn't be a treat as far as using it to get something from your man or to use it to obtain something like, okay, I want X, Y, Z, so I'll give you some head for it. I mean, that's borderline prostitution in itself. But to me, oral sex should be part of your sexual experience on a weekly basis, I would think. If you're having sex that often, it's still, like I said, it's a taboo subject. People don't like talking about it, or they, don't want to get involved in it. They say it's nasty. Why do you do that? I'm not, I don't go on the street and just blab my business, but if it's ever came to me, I'll be honest. I do it. I've done it for a long time. I don't consider myself an expert, wrong with that. But I have experience in it. And, like I said, if you're with your partner and it's, something that you enjoy doing, I don't have an issue with it. I enjoy doing it. If you don't enjoy doing it and you have an aversion to it, then find out what it is. If it's important for your partner for you to do it to make them sexually happy, then you have that obligation to do it, in a sense, if you won't even call it an obligation. So for me, you okay over there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm hot at about 4 tequila shots.
I'm over here taking pictures of this rock. No, I mean, I'm seriously, I understand exactly what you're saying. And I think that the idea behind the whole scenario of that is to keep the like she said, Niecy Nash said it best. You don't have to have it every day, but it does keep the relationship strong because it keeps, either has him or her looking towards for something, expecting something. It has to be spiced up though. I will say, don't always just be expecting a head of fellatio or, carpet munching or, licking the wood and all that stuff at the same time, at the same spot all the time. That's going to get boring. So you have to change it up.
Change it up.
Yeah, do some different things with it. Hell, you had to put props in, whipped cream, chocolate, all that kind of stuff.
Edibles.
Yeah. Edibles. I mean, it don't have to necessarily be the same scenario. I mean, it could be different. I mean, it could be different places. Don't always have to be in the house. It could be in the car, backyard, front of the house, broad daylight, movie theater, and anywhere. I mean, just change it up. I mean,
I think it's easy for a woman to give a man head in other situations, like if they were out, driving or at the movies, than for a male to give a woman.
You cannot lick a punani while a woman is driving. That shit don't.
That's right. Correct. So there's more accessibility in that sense. But I just want women to understand is if you require that, then and they don't want to do that for you, then there's a problem in that relationship. Because and you're in a relationship, in a committed relationship, I don't know, committed, not committed, but when you're someone's lover or whatever it has to be, and they're saying no to what you want, that's a problem to me. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be head, it could be kissing, it could be anal sex, whatever it could be. It is, when you're a partner with someone, it is their responsibility to keep you happy sexually.
Yes,
And
indeed.
if they're not doing that, then there's going to be an issue there. That's why I say women, when, you have to make yourself comfortable with the idea of it. If you just try, a lot of my male friends in the past have let other women suck their dick because their woman didn't. Whoa. And I said, so it's very a big deal. I'm not saying that everyone's going to cheat on you because you're not, you don't want to do that. But you got to figure out why you don't want to do that. That goes for men too. All the thing about, they smell like, fish market, whatever. That, okay, if that's the situation, then they have a problem. But, in women, you shouldn't be so self-conscious about your body. Men don't care. They'll whip their dick out in a minute and say, suck it.
Hell to the yeah.
And why can't we not be the same thing? So, once again, it's a double standard. Double standard. But I have not, and then for us to say African American men don't do that,
that is some bull.
I've never experienced that personally in my life. A lot of people say white people are more in freakiness and they do all that stuff, and very well me. But for me, I've never experienced that at all. And I always tell anybody I'm with, and I also tell other women, they have to lick it before they stick it. That's my little rule. If they not going to lick it, then you don't need to be sticking it.
True that.
And to me, it's part of foreplay. Does it replace sex? I know that some men say, well, my wife's on the period and they should be giving me head. I mean, come on, whatever. But like I said, to me, it should be for my personal life, I involve it in foreplay. That's how I do it in my personal life. It just heightens the experience, and so like I said, women that are so opposed to it, get with the program, because I'm pretty sure I'm 60% sure he's probably getting his dick sucked somewhere else. Just saying. I've had a lot of male friends, and that's one thing that even some men feel like their wife shouldn't do it. They have someone else do it. I never understood that.
Hell to the no.
They feel like it's not for their wife to do it, but I'm like, that's your wife. When you're in a marriage, the bedroom is undefiled, meaning anything goes besides some weird stuff like animals and peeing and pooping, which we already discussed that in our other shows. But, once again, it shouldn't be a situation where you're denying your partner anything. You're going to have a consequence.
Hey, Anime.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever had bad head? Have you ever had bad glinnis or whatever you call it?
Clingus. I have not had bad. I've had some that were better. I just like men want hydrated, someone to be, sloppy with the spit. Women don't want the cat tongue. And we don't dry tongue licking at that.
Cat tongue. I don't know. I ain't never noticed that. I mean,
if your tongue is dry, just like you don't want our mouths to be dry.
Cornbread dry.
I've had some men that I don't know what they were doing. I was like, oh, okay. They were all over the place. And I was like, oh, you're not focused. But if, there's someone that of course you should know, but you can guide them on how you want it to be done and teach them the correct way you want it to be done. I know men that say they had bad heads because there was a lot of teeth involved, biting. Women, be careful with that because you can actually cause harm, But men, be mindful that it's a mouth, not a vagina. And we do have a gag reflex. Some women have gag reflexes more stronger than other women. So that's why some of them are very scared to do. They feel like they're going to choke on it. They're going to choke. They're going to gag. And it does happen. And it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's embarrassing.
Some guys like that shit, though.
Well, and I don't know why. I mean, why you want a girl to choke and slop? Ooh. It's like, who wants that? But it's situational. I think it's situational. But once again, it should be something that both parties are willing to do and wanting to do. I'm not gonna, like I said, I have turned down a relationship because of it. Literally, I was like, I'm not gonna get with you because you don't give head. Sorry, I can't fool with you on a long term.
So you did
situation.
have a bad experience with
No. I didn't. It wasn't bad. He didn't do it. So I was like, well, I can't be your girl. I can't be in a relationship with you if you don't give cunnilingus. Couldn't do it. I don't see my long term. Nope. Can't do it. If you're not even willing to try to do it, then no. But he wanted it all the time.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
I like it, but I don't need it all the time.
Well, I'm not saying that, but if he wanted it and not willing to give it, that's a problem to me. That is a problem to you. So if you met a girl, let's say I went in the picture and you met a female.
She didn't give me none. It's gonna be a problem for real.
She said she don't.
She gonna gag every time she get this shit.
She don't suck dick. Would you be in that? And that's important. Well, I don't know if it's important to you or not, but would you be in a relationship with someone that didn't give you head?
Hell no.
Right. So this is very important.
Not if you want me to lick it. You better come off some mouth. Yours better be super wet.
I don't mind. Like I said, some women, I'm one of the few, enjoy it. I feel like it's not demeaning to me. I feel very empowered. I have a male's genitalia in my mouth. I have total control over it. And therefore, I can choose how I want to do it. Lick it, suck it hard, deep throat it, whatever it may be. I don't find it demeaning. But some men, the way they do it makes you feel like you're being demeaned because it's something called, fucking your mouth. I mean, it's like, once again, men, realize that we have teeth.
All a mind state right there.
We have teeth. And when y'all get excited and forget, we're trying. Therefore, it becomes less, I don't enjoy it because I'm worried about, making sure I don't damage this male's penis. Or something I might do just like, hey, that's what you get for being aggressive in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But I think for men, be sensitive to women about it because a lot of women have issues with it because it's still kind of taboo in a sense. But I don't know. Men love it. And I know I got teased in high school and I wouldn't even do it in high school. But I still got teased about it. And I said to myself, well, why are y'all teasing me about it if y'all like it? And then the room got quiet. So, who knows? Why that's an issue. But another thing, a lot of teenagers are going towards oral sex because it's considered safe sex or not losing virginity. I don't know about all that. I think that's still a sexual act. I think that, teenagers should not be engaging in this activity because you still can get an STD. So make sure parents always got to put it back to reality. Talk to your teenagers about it. Like, you don't want to just suck everybody's dick.
I did think about this. I'm sorry. I've tried to not really cut you off. I do have a fear when it comes to fellatio and cunnilingus. Cunnilingus. It's the idea of once a woman swallow. I think I have this fear of kissing them because it's kind of like having your own stuff in your mouth.
And it's yours.
I know that, but I don't know what I guess that part of the head game just throws me off, and I don't have a real explanation of why. But I think that's with a lot of men, though. That's honest to God truth. I believe that's wrong with a lot of men. 'Cause a lot of men be like, "Damn, she took my name out. I ain't kissing her." I mean, but I think it
depends on your freedom of yourself. I've been in relationships where a man came in my mouth and I kissed him immediately right after, and he got in his mouth, and we just rolled with it. I'm just saying, it's his. Vice versa. It's mine. I ain't scared of mine.
You gotta swallow, brush your teeth. I think it's all right with men because it's not. We not seeing that. We ain't seeing that in really just pushed in our mouth. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that that's not gonna be the issue with most people. You know what I'm saying? I would say go ahead and I go with the flow.
But I didn't know that was an issue with men, but I guess it is. But I'm saying, if you're in a spontaneous mood and you're in the moment, who has time? Who cares? I don't care.
I do. Like I said,
I
that's a
don't
mind
care.
state
But
thing for me.
I'm freeing myself, so I do whatever comes to that. I do whatever feels right in that moment.
Okay. Well,
I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was a fun show. It was very informative. Once again, thank you for listening to Crown World Conversations. It's on Saturday nights at 8 and 11, and it's on Wednesday nights at 9. Once again, please email the show for any new topics, any of that. Whatever you want. The next topic is going to be addictions.
Addictions. Oh, wow.
Addictions. Sexual addictions. Is that really an addiction? That was brought to my attention, so I'm going to talk about that in my next show.
Ways to reach us. You can go to Crown World Conversations on www.DrezRadioCafe.com. Click on the links. You can go to Crown World Conversations. Leave her your comments. They'll go straight to her. Also, you can get the website under Google Play. Type in Drezey Radio Cafe. There you can listen to the shows live. You can also contact us. You can also contact Annie Mae in terms of her show. You can also call us down here, 615-540-3998, 615-540-3998. I'm also thinking there's soon going to be a way where we can reach out to more people and have people in the conversations with us as we go through it. We're still trying to work the bugs on that and try to get that squared away. Other than that, this is basically like one of her tequila night shows, and I've been sitting here sipping on some
I'm hot and sweating.
French
500 tequila.
French vanilla Ciroc. She's been on some Exotico
Blanco
over here. She's been shot 5 times. I don't know. I'm 1.5. I'm 1.5 in. We ain't even, you can't hear the fan in here, so y'all automatically know it's burning up in this summer gun. We appreciate y'all listening. To give us feedback, just contact us. Let us know that y'all listening. Facebook, either Adrienne Richmond, or you can go to Drezey Radio Cafe and friend the station itself. Also, like I said, you can call 615-540-3998. Go to the website, www.DrezRadioCafe.com, or you can go to the app, Drezey Radio Cafe and Google Play. We're still working on the iPhone app. Hopefully we'll have it up in the next week or so. Other than that, Miss Annie Mae, do you got anything else for us? I know we got like another 2.5 minutes.
The poll. Last week's poll was, if you were in the room by yourself,
I didn't look at that,
and you farted, do you say, excuse me? No, you do not.
What poll was you looking at?
People responded. They didn't respond. They responded to me. And they said they thought it was a silly poll, but it was nevertheless a poll. We had a little discussion about this, and it was said, based upon numbers, that you do not have to say excuse me if you're by yourself.
What's your next poll?
I do not know. I know the next poll is men. Do you have a problem, as you say, kissing someone after you ejaculate in their mouth? Is that really an issue? Would you not?
Hell,
it's a poll.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on the poll. Okay, so listen, guys and girls, anybody that want to listen right now, go to www.DrezRadioCafe.com or get on the website and scroll to where you can go to the poll question. It should be the very last thing on the website. So you're going to have to click on the button, go all the way down to the bottom where the poll question is, and I want y'all to submit your answers, and we're going to really take a poll on this. The question is,
if you love your partner, you will swallow.
Well,
men and women. Swallow your own men.
The question is,
that's what y'all got to tell us. If you love me, you swallow. Then you swallow it too then. Now.
If a guy
ejaculates
in a girl's mouth, and what'd you say? Well, how's it go?
Okay, so the poll is, men, if you ejaculate in your woman's mouth and they want to kiss you, would you or would you not?
Okay, that's the poll question. So I guess we're getting ready to get up out of here.
The quote of the day is, if you love me, you will swallow.
Damn. Well, that's it for me. I guess I'm
what you sipping on?
Have a good evening. Thank y'all for listening. We out of here.